Ms. Wilcox.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first speaker is Jeff Hubbard, to be followed by Kathleen Lopez.
Good afternoon, Jeff Hubbard, CCA. We want to express our sincere thanks to Dr. Kristen Killian, members of the English Language Arts Department in Osborne High School, for assisting CCAE to again put on a very successful spelling bee. We will be sending 10 spellers to the District B in February to Johnson High School in Gainesville, and we do hope that we may actually have one go to the state finals this year. In September, I spoke to you about Wonders and the implementation. We asked respectfully that no evaluations of teachers be done this year on their teaching of Wonders because of the newness of the program. Today I bring another request. We immediately request to have every lesson in the Wonders program be reviewed for instructional and grade level appropriateness as it applies to the potential violation of divisive issues and controversial topics. An entire grade level of Cobb teachers could be held in violation due to particular lessons within their grade level Wonders book, as it deals with the issue of civil rights and the instructional and grade level appropriateness. Cobb has spent too much time, money, and effort to properly train our teachers to implement this program, which isn't starting to get great reviews across the county, for a potential violation to come up and damage people's careers. Now, this is on the vendor. This is not on Cobb County.
30 seconds.
Thank you. They put the wrong stories in the wrong year's books. So we respectfully request that we go back and we do another review of every lesson to ensure that no teacher in any way may be in violation of doing their job. And that any lesson that may be in violation or improper grade level placement respectfully be removed. We thank you.
Our next speaker is Kathleen Lopez, to be followed by Monica Delancey.
Hi, everyone. I want to start by recognizing the district's discipline national best practices, and that's something to be proud of. Really quickly, what's MTSS? It's a safety net, tiered support. Starts with supports for all students. Then we get into targeted help if someone moves to intensive intervention. This prevents small problems from being big ones, and it keeps students in class learning. So at the district level, we have the best policy, right? But how is this showing up in our schools? Is it being used with consistency and policy, right? But how is this showing up in our schools? Is it being used with consistency and fidelity? I want to take a moment to kind of dig in a little bit more. And I'm gonna use cell phones. Cell phones are often a symptom of disengagement, stress, mental health, various other issues, not just defiance. Students are receiving ISS at the high school level for their first offense with a cell phone. In accordance to the school's high school published code of conduct, that was approved at the district level. I was explained that Tier 1 supports was an assembly. They called it a warning. And again, we're gonna go over MTSS one more time. It is not warning, a little bit of punishment, a lot of punishment. It's all about support. This system is allowing policy around best practice to drift. This is a governance and a fidelity issue. I encourage you all to strengthen, look into school guardrails around discipline. I looked into 10 schools, different area suits. There's inconsistencies all around where Tier 1 services aren't being shown. Tier 2 is actually a Tier 3. There's no communication that goes back and forth. I also encourage you all to dig into a little bit more of tiered services and what that looks like. It's not a text message. It's back and forth communication.
That's time, ma'am.
Thank you.
Our next speaker and final speaker is Monica Delancey.
Monica Delancey, we thrive on Riverside Renters Association. We experienced a year filled with highlights, opportunities, and disappointments, but through it all, we are still thriving. Residents from the Riverside Six Flags community organized with the school after their apartment complex repeatedly refused to address serious maintenance concerns. These residents showed courage and commitment, They attended meetings, learned how to engage with local government, and spoke directly during public comment at the City of Mapleton City Council meetings. Because of their efforts, the City of Mapleton passed the Safe and Healthy Housing Ordinance. After all, if a family does not have a safe and decent home, then their children cannot fully learn or benefit from the strategies being taught in our schools. I commend these parents for being brave enough to speak up, not just for themselves, but for their children and their community. On another note, 50 families did receive eviction notices Thanksgiving holiday. They appeared in court in December and were given 30 days to vacate from their homes. My organization, along with other community partners, is working to provide resources and support to these families. Their greatest concern is remaining within the federal protection zone so that children can maintain stability in their education. This past Monday, we celebrated Dr. Martin Luther King holiday. I want to say that the Cobb family did a wonderful
30
job
seconds.
with their program. They honored Governor Roy Barnes and presented him with the Living the Dream Award. During that time, I did tell Governor Roy Barnes he joined me for this award because I actually received it in 2018. In closing, I leave you with one of Dr. Martin King Jr.'s most powerful reminders. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Thank you.
Mr. Chair, that was our final speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our first speaker is Megan Heller, to be followed by Michael Garza.
Hi, I'm a social worker in Cobb County. I've been supporting children and parents in these schools for the past 14 years. On January 8th, the principal at our school, Addison, received a DUI at 4:44 p.m. right outside the school campus. A DUI is not a personnel issue, it's a public safety issue. It is a crime and it directly impacts trust in our schools. This is personal for me. I've lived at this intersection for 10 years. My children go to Addison and I walk on that street every single day to and from school. No bus comes to our house. My concern is bigger than one incident. It's about the judgment and decision making we are asking our leaders to model for our children. It's also about whether there were warning signs, whether anyone in leadership knew of concerns or behavior and failed to report it and take action before it escalated into a public safety event. Leadership should not get special treatment. I'm left wondering why the principal was allowed back at the school for 3 days after getting out of jail and why news stations were chasing down parents in the parking lot. This isn't an appropriate environment for a child. The district owes families a clear explanation and assurance that the people making decisions over our children are not drinking alcohol and driving, refusing breathalyzer tests, and placing others at risk. We're talking about a situation where she was expected back at school in an hour.
30 seconds.
Families walk on that street all day long. That's terrifying as a parent. My kids deserve to have a safe and trusted adult as their principal. Parents should not be left guessing behind closed doors. We deserve transparency about the district's process and accountability for leadership's behavior. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Michael Garza, and that will be our final speaker.
Hello, it's always good to see the students at Osborne getting recognized for achievement, and particularly as a father of a young Latina girl, that for her to see her in the people that are being recognized here is important for me. What I wish is that all of you up there who show them respect when they're in attendance here and recognizing them, that you carried over that respect to when they go back to their communities and their classrooms. I wish that you had not spent millions of dollars that their classrooms could have used in order to make sure that their parents could not vote for you to be on that school board. I wish that you cared enough about them that knowing that they will be bullied in their schools because of the increase in the rhetoric against Latinos in this country, that you cared enough about that you would have an actual anti-bullying program that dealt with the root causes of bullying, especially with relation to identity. Because when these kids are getting bullied, being told to go back to where they come from, just telling them to walk
30
away
seconds.
or talk to a parent is not acceptable. A lot of things drive me to be up there on that dais at the end of this year. But one of them is that when these kids come back next year, and they will because they're gonna win at the state again, is that I want them to see themselves represented up there sitting in that seat. Thank you.
That was our final speaker, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Ames.
10 seconds.